Hello everyone, and let's have a happy week from the 19th of October to the 25th of October, Monday to Sunday. This of course is the video for the Astro review and tarot analysis. I'm always trying to make some sort of structure to have and not just speak by what I'm feeling at the moment, but it doesn't really happen always. So for this week I have a few things to mention, and of course one thing is that we're still in the retrograde phase of Mercury until the 5th of November. So whatever you do, whatever you want to do, take some time to reconsider, to rethink, to perhaps relearn, to revisit things that you needed to see if they work perfectly or if they need some adjustments. And of course, for these next days and probably for the whole week, we have an opposition between Mercury and Uranus, that both are retrograding, one in Scorpio and towards Libra, and the other one in Taurus. And of course we're still living exactly what we've been living the last few days. The problems of communication, the problems of not being able to meet deadlines probably, or the problem of not being on time when we needed to be on time. So just go with it and blame the retrograde for it. That's what I do usually. But apart from that, it's a very good time of going within and just rediscovering things that matter to you and how you can work better on this planet and for this planet and for yourself. The other aspects that we have this week, the other angles and aspects, is of course the Sun moving from the end of Libra to the first degrees of Scorpio. And in the first degrees of Scorpio we have Mercury conjunct the Sun. So imagine if we have problems communicating now, how our thoughts are going to be on that specific day. I believe it's next weekend, when they conjunct on the second degree of Scorpio, because the Mercury in Scorpio, it's kind of the planet that brings up a lot of things, a lot of hidden things, a lot of under the surface things that are coming up to the air and to the light. So it's going to be a bit frazzled, I believe, our communication on these days. But until that comes to pass, we have the Sun squaring Saturn, Pluto and Jupiter. And as I was trying to explain on the Greek part of my video, because I'm trying to do both. I'm trying to do a Greek one and an English one. Of course, I'm not sure who follows which, but please leave me a comment so that I know that someone follows each and what works for you better. So what happens is that the degrees that we allow for any connection between the planets, either that is a conjunction, an opposition, a square or a trine, it's from 0 until the 8 degrees. So the Sun is passing in a square from Jupiter, that is now in the 19th degrees of Capricorn, from Pluto on the 22nd degree of Capricorn. It's moving very slow, so if you hear that it's still on the 22nd for a few more months, it's not that it's retrograding or stopped. It's moving forwards, but it's very slow on moving forwards, Pluto. And of course Saturn on the 25th degree of Capricorn. And that is going to continue for, I believe, the whole week. I'm not quite sure when the exact times and days will be of the perfect squares, but if you do follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I will be posting mostly on each day. I will try and post something either on the card of the day, or I will try to remember to find the exact timings for these aspects and post them online, either on Instagram and Facebook, but it depends on what you follow on that part. And of course we have Venus in Virgo. As I said in another video, I believe I've said it in English as well, that Venus in Virgo demands and asks us to take care of ourselves first, to make sure we nourish ourselves first and then give to everyone else, because Virgo has that kind of, I'd say problem, but it's not a problem really. It's an aspect of the sign. It's a characteristic of the person that is a Virgo, to always take care of someone else and not themselves. But if you don't take care of yourself, you cannot really give to anyone else. That's the main problem with Virgos. So for this week and for the next few days, Venus in Virgo is opposite the Neptune in Pisces. I believe it was that aspect that was complete on the weekend of the 17th and 18th of October, the weekend that just passed. So if you felt like a bit of a dizzy spell, if you felt like you were not disassociating exactly, but that the pink colored glasses were kind of taken from you, is exactly that opposition. Because Venus wants to relive the fairy tale, and Neptune retrograding is telling you no, you need to face reality. So face the reality as it is and try not to live in a dream. Of course we have Mars as well. Yes, Mars in Aries, retrograding from the 19th degree from tomorrow onwards, backwards I believe, not onwards. And it's on a perfect square tomorrow exactly with Jupiter, so it might bring up some feelings of rushing but not being able to rush, some feelings of not being able to expand as much as you like, because Mars is retrograding, it's going backwards. And of course it's we do keep the allowance for the square with Pluto and Saturn. So it might be that you have a feeling from the last few weeks, I believe, onwards, last few days at least, of a possessiveness, of jealousy, of not being enough for another person in any relationship you have. Try to work through that and not let it consume you. I believe that's the word I need to say. The moon is in Sagittarius from tomorrow. On Tuesday it's making, excuse me, sorry, it's a bit late at night, so I'm a bit sleepy, but I need to finish this. So the moon is having a square with Venus and with Neptune on Tuesday. So it might be that you can't express your feelings, or that you feel a bit not dizzy exactly, but unable to say exactly what you mean about your feelings. You know what you feel, but you cannot express it in a way. So just go with it. It's only one day, it will pass. On Tuesday, Wednesday, we have the trine, the perfect trine of Venus and Pluto. So on that day, and probably from tomorrow, and probably for the next few days afterwards, any feelings of jealousy or possessiveness, try to check where they come from and why you need to work through them. What they leave you with, what they give you, kind of. And if you actually need to work through them and feel them and let them go. Because sometimes nothing happens and we just have this feeling of needing to possess another person, I guess. And first of all, it's not healthy. And second of all, it might not even be you, in a way. I'm hoping that you understand what I'm saying. On Thursday, oh my universe. Sorry about that. On Thursday, the moon is in Capricorn, and it's going to be conjunct the three major planets, as we said before: Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. And it's probably going to be on the same day. So if you're feeling yourself that your feelings are kind of expanding but then contracting, but you can't really explain it, blame it on the moon, on that specific day, at least on Thursday. But what I was saying in my Greek video is to try and use the energies of the week to find your true self and your true calling and your true vibration, because I believe it's obvious to everyone that the vibrations of what we're feeling and how we feel and how we express things, it's actually helping everyone else on the planet and the planet itself. So try to raise your vibration. It's something that my very good friend and mentor Zoe Hind is saying for at least 2 years now, to actually raise your vibration and find your unique self. So that's how I've been feeling these few days, that whatever happens in the universe is kind of a mirror to what happens on Earth, and it's kind of how it cooperates and how it mirrors the happenings on the tarot deck that I have here, that I've put through, that I've made a spread from. And as always, I'm using the Thoth deck, and as always, I'm taking 5 cards from the deck. So as always, it's quite amazing how it corresponds with the astrological review, the tarot analysis. And this one is the card of the Magus. It's the card of Mercury. And I believe it's talking about Mercury here. Okay, yes, here. I believe it's talking about Mercury in Scorpio and Mercury being retrograde in Scorpio. Telling us to rethink, to reevaluate, to revisit everything we're doing. That's the meaning of this card, for me at least. The second card is talking about the Wheel of Fortune. I'm not going to talk about the 3. Okay, let's center it here. I'm not going to talk about the 3 creatures that are on the wheel. I'm only talking about the electromagnetic fields that you can see on the card, and how it corresponds with the feeling of the vibrations, the feeling of expansion, the feeling of contraction between Jupiter and Saturn, and how the elementals and the planets are making us feel that kind of reaction in us, that we need to expand or we need to contract depending on the planet that is working through. And this card is the card of Jupiter. That's the signal, the symbol here. It's talking about fortune, of course, and what else is the planet of fortune but Jupiter, the planet of expansion. So just be careful this week not to feel like you can expand too much, because with the retrogrades it's not such a good idea, I believe. And of course then we have the Aries card, the Emperor, here, okay. Of course it's red, of course the symbol down here is of Aries, and of course I believe it's talking to us about Mars in Aries and it being retrograde. So take your time and don't rush. Take your time and evaluate things before moving forwards and rushing forwards as Mars would like to do. That's the meaning of this card. The fourth card is the card of Venus. The Venus symbol is exactly here. And this is the card of the Empress. I believe I didn't make the connection, I didn't say about that connection on the Greek video, but I believe you can see the connection here. We have the Emperor and the Empress. We have Mars in Aries with the Aries card, and Venus here. Venus is in Virgo at the moment, and I believe the message that it's conveying to us, it's exactly what I've been talking about. Love yourself, be good to yourself, nourish yourself, and allow yourself to grow and to be whole, because no one can help you except for yourself to feel whole and to nourish yourself. Love yourself first, and then you can attract the love that you deserve. That's been a big theme, I believe, in the last few days of any tarot reading I did, that you need to take care of yourself first and then try to take care of anyone else. As I was saying in the Greek part, is that you can see a lot of the planets going around here, a lot of the signs going around. But what we see here is the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Discs, and it's talking about the earth signs. I believe it's talking about the major planets in Capricorn and the planet of Uranus in in Taurus. This is the card that is as I like to say, it's the slowest card in the whole deck, because as you can see, the horse is stopped and it's looking backwards. The knight is looking up the hill to the town that he wants to go, but he's not moving. He's taking it slow. He's not relaxing exactly, but not rushing towards anything. He's taking his time. He's allowing his horse to rest so that they can walk the distance to where they want to go. And as I always say with the Thoth deck, it always gives you something to talk about, something you haven't realized before, something that you haven't seen before. And for me, on this card right now, it's these lines that seem like a vibration. I'm not sure if you can see it properly, but to me it's like a sound wave, or not a heat wave exactly, but a sound wave, a vibration of the shield that is spreading a sound or something. And to me that's the meaning of it, that we need to raise our vibration and not let what happens in the universe let us down. not let the obstacles wear us down. We can and we should, and how can I express it best? We need to raise our vibration in order to help the earth, ourselves, the whole humanity in this time of need. And I believe it corresponds perfectly with the card from my mentor and friend Zoe Hind, the Wisdom from the Woods Oracle deck that I have from her. And this one is Ivy. Ivy, I believe, is a bit bad-mouthed as a plant. Is a bit not taken under a good light, I would say, because it's felt like the ivy is stealing the light from other plants. It's felt like it's growing on other plants and kind of stealing their life, which is not really what happens, I believe, because this card talks about let's grow together and climb to the light. So let's grow together and climb to the light. I believe it corresponds with exactly the message that we need to use this week, to use our true selves, our true feelings, our true vibration in order to grow and to heal and to climb towards the light. I don't have much else to say. I believe I've said quite enough and maybe too much, but the feeling I'm getting for this week is to take it slow, find your core, find your true self and your true expression through whatever art you can do, whatever way you can, in order to raise your vibration and to express yourself the best. Thank you. I'm going to stop now. I believe, yes, we've taken more time than any other reading, I believe, and probably it's because I've analyzed everything. So any comment, any like, any subscription to the channel is appreciated to the nth degree. And any comment you have, any review you want to make, I'll gladly accept it. You can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Facebook. I do have a page on Facebook, UnicornAstro. I do have the Instagram UnicornAstro, and I have, of course, the YouTube channel. Anything you would like to say, any ideas you might have, anything you would like to see, please let me know. I'm open to any ideas. And thank you very much. Have a great week ahead of you. And don't rush. Don't take things seriously, and have a wonderful week. Enjoy, guys. The main thing, try not to let the possessiveness and the jealousy of the days get to you. Try to work through them and let them go. Take care, guys. Thank you.